When you begin creating sketches, parts, and assemblies in SolidWorks, it's necessary to rotate, pan, and zoom around the graphics area. First, let me show you how to rotate the model. I'll simply press and hold the middle mouse button and drag the pointer around the screen. Notice the model reacting to each direction I move. Many new users can have trouble getting the desired result from rotating. They might start using circular motions with the mouse until eventually it ends up in the right orientation. My advice is to simply limit your rotate command to vertical and horizontal directions. Here's what I mean. Watch as I move the mouse in only the up and down directions at one time. Then from here I can switch to rotating the model in the left and right directions. This way I know exactly which way the model will rotate. Next, let me show you how to pan the model around the screen. Now to do this, press and hold the Control key, and then the middle mouse button. From here you can drag the model around the graphics area. To zoom, simply use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. One thing about zooming, when you roll the mouse button backwards to zoom in, SolidWorks zooms in on the position of the mouse cursor. New users sometimes have a hard time with this and end up zooming the part outside of the graphics area. Let me show you what I mean. Say I want to zoom in on this corner of the part. If I leave my mouse in this spot and keep zooming in, notice the part eventually leaves the graphics area. This is because the mouse is positioned over the white background immediately after I start zooming in, which means I'll be zooming in on that spot in the background and not the model. If I want to keep this from happening, I must relocate the cursor to the spot I want to zoom to every few mouse wheel clicks while zooming in. Another tool that I'd like to mention is Zoom to Fit, which can be helpful if you somehow lose the part in the graphics area. There are two ways to easily access it. First, the F key on your keyboard is a predefined hotkey for Zoom to Fit. This is a hotkey that most veteran SolidWorks users remember, but since most of your other view manipulation tools are done with the mouse, you can also zoom to fit by double-clicking the middle mouse button and the part will return zoom to the middle of the screen. If you don't want to manually rotate the model in the graphics area, you can use one of SolidWorks' predefined view orientations. There are two easy ways to access view orientations. You can click the view orientation icon on the heads-up toolbar and select any of the standard views from there, or simply press the spacebar. When you do, the View Selection cube appears along with the Orientation dialog box. Just like with the heads-up toolbar, you can select the icon from the dialog box, or you can access a particular view simply by clicking on one of the faces of the view cube. This is a great quick way to see corner perspective views. If you don't like the view cube, you can turn it on or off by using this icon here. Finally, I'd like to show you how to use mouse gestures. Mouse gestures are a shortcut way to access commonly used commands, such as changing to standard views. To activate a mouse gesture, simply hold down the right mouse button and move the cursor a small amount in any direction. Notice a wheel pops up with several icons. These icons will change the orientation in the graphics area to one of the standard views. To activate one of the commands, simply move the cursor over the command and it will be launched, such as the top, right, left, or bottom view. As you become more familiar with SolidWorks, you might find using mouse gestures to be a convenient shortcut for switching views and launching commands, but for the duration of this course, I'll mostly use the Command Manager and drop-down menus to activate commands.